have a video that I can upload from a week ago, over a week ago, and record, but my Twitch streams are not. Oh, dopehead. I can download those, right? I believe I can download those. Maybe I can't download those, but it should record. My own recording should come up, but am I making any sense? It's Sunday morning, I'm not even awake yet. And so, here we go. Let's do this. And if we do this, we'll fix this little part. Nobody but us will ever know. There we go. I'm gonna go right there. Happy little trees. Happy little trees. All right. And then, go right here. So I've got that color. I'll color that. I'll finish that color in a minute here. Get there. Yep. But I worked quite a bit on, let's see, I did multiple pieces. I was working on Boba Fett Friday night. Did a bunch more. Why does it look so bad? Why did I mess it up again? Yeah, okay, so, and then I immediately started messing up over here. This is why I don't do linen, folks. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. It's hard. It's so hard. Teasing. It's not my thing. I think I need to get better, even better glasses than what I have. All right, now focus, Julie. Hold on. I definitely messed up the. All right. This is why I don't normally do my linen pieces on Stitch With Me, is because of the level of concentration that I need to do it. It is so profound that I can't really talk, which some people might say, thank goodness. And other people say, what's wrong? There we go. But you can see how, I don't know if you, can you see the different, yeah, you can see how it's different. It's darker than the other stuff. Now, it could also be that this has been, sitting exposed for weeks and weeks and weeks, waiting for the rest of the stitching to happen. And now we're finally gonna snag it. There we go. And get it done. And I honestly am really gonna be happy to get it done. I think I actually even started an hour earlier than I had planned on my stream schedule, so we'll see. But we have a little get-together to go to, so we'll be streaming until a little bit after 11, then I got to run. So 3 hours. 3 hours of stitching goodness. Presented by me. Boom. Yeah, see, that's where you're going to be able to see that there's a slight mess up. But in the scheme of things, it's okay. Get out of the way. But I worked a ton on boba. Got another 200 or 300 stitches done after the stream the other night, which was awesome. And then I pulled out Rainy Waterloo Place and probably stitched like 300 stitches on that one. And then last night pulled out Dachshund and got a fair bit of work done on Dachshund. So once I get this part done, I think my goal will be Old World Map 2. Reaching my feet and ring the dial. Oh man. When am I planning? Oh, you rolled right out of bed. There you go. That's kind of what I did. I rolled out of bed and then I rolled right onto the foam roller. I have discovered that a lot of times when I wake up in the morning and my back is killing me, it's not my back, it's my hips. And I discovered it by accident because I have a foam roller. I also have a foam roller at work because I always seem like work is an area where my back will flare. And so if I roll on my side and get the side of my hips, I'll find some painful spots and I'll just lay there on it and focus my attention on that like knot or that real painful spot. And then once I've done both sides, I get up and I'm like, oh, my back doesn't hurt anymore. So I did that again this morning. But when am I planning on going back to Wonders of the World? I don't know. And I'm saying that exasperated with myself a little bit because I'm tent stitching that one. I'm only doing half stitches. So I could theoretically get that done so much faster because of that. So the question is, it is awful really tiny though. It's so tiny, it's 25 count. But I do need to get to it. I do. In a perfect world, I would have a setup for every project. Like I wouldn't be doing this. Like I would have like I would hopefully get to a point where I'm really good at two-handed stitching and doing, look what I did with my arm. I pushed it right on the table. Where, I had everything set up and I could just roll over to the project and just start stitching like crazy. Your beef brisket, yum, $3.25. So it's 4-7. You're 7 hours. You're 7 hours ahead. Nice. Sorry, I'm just popping my neck because of this spot. Oh, nice. Very cool, Angel. You're going to be way ahead of me. Are you doing tent stitches or half stitches as well, or are you going to be doing the full cross stitch? I don't think there's enough room to do full cross stitch on that 25 count. So, all right, back to it. Back to it. Get this done. Get this done. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. So, one of the things I do when I'm working on this super, when I'm putting in lettering and all this different stuff is, what I'll do is to make sure that I'm lining up correctly is I'll poke and again, this is way too big of a needle to be using here, but it's okay, it'll be fine. And then I poke where I think my next stitch needs to be, and then I'll just move my needle to make sure that it lines up correctly with the area above, so that I don't mess up and have to start over. Because that has happened more than a few times. More than a few. Nice. Hey, Karen. Hey, Needlebug. How'd I miss that? How'd I miss you popping in? Wait a minute. Time out. I'm not paying attention to my chat properly. Ah, nice. Well, alrighty then. Full cross stitch on 25 count with one strand of floss is the way to go. All right. Well, cool. Maybe I'll switch over. I don't think I'm doing, I think I might be doing two Ha, you were sneaky. You were sneaky, but you weren't sneaky because you popped in and you said hi, and then I didn't say anything. And so like I said, I was probably trying to focus because it's so hard for me to do this. So you see why I like 14 count. But it's okay. This is for my mama. Won't get it done. But finishing up, so then I worked on Dachshund last night. Got a lot done on Dachshund. Would have gotten more done if I hadn't gotten completely distracted by my music, my spin through YouTube music, looking at some different things. Nice. 2 strands get too bulky. It's been so many months since I last worked on Wonders of the World that I could not tell you. What's that sound? Oh, I do it every single time. Cat goes to pee in the box, and I'm like, there's running water. Oh, Mercury. Mercury. Poor Merc. Last night, I got to bed so late, I think he didn't even try to get in bed until I was in bed. And then he decided he was going to sleep on my legs last night. But sadly, I was not ready to... I usually start off laying in bed on my back, but I can't sleep on my back. I can't... It has to do with my neck. I can't get my neck to be perfectly positioned so that I can sleep like that for hours, because just all my prior neck problems. So I have to sleep. I sleep on my right side with my neck positioned just a certain way. Oh, I got a big old hair. So he was trying to get all cuddled up with me last night, and I kept having to move him, poor little man, because he doesn't cuddle up with me very often that I can tell, unless he does it after I sleep. Do I do any other crafts? Oh, goodness, no. No time. Trying to think. I used to actually do plastic canvas. I used to do those Kleenex boxes. When I was younger, that's what I did. And we would make Kleenex boxes for people, me and my mom, and, family and whatnot. And it was fun. And I would really enjoy doing it again, but I don't have time. No time. Hobbies outside of this, I play video games now, thankfully, again, and I listen to YouTube videos, and other than that, everything is still work-related. One version of work or another. So... going to come across here is slightly different. I was doing vertical, now I'm going horizontal here. Strands get too bulky. Yep. So one strand. Well, what if I do 2 strands half stitch? If I'm just doing 10 stitches, then it's not as bulky. Theoretically. I gotta tell you, if I did do another craft, there'd be 2. I would likely do diamond painting and jigsaw puzzles. Is jigsaw puzzle a craft? I don't think it's a craft, it's a hobby. I wish that I was into jigsaw puzzles right now. I wish that I could do it. And I still would like to do a stream someday where I'm just working on a jigsaw puzzle, because I've got all these little jigsaw puzzles that I want to finish and put up on the wall, but... I get you, Karen. Hey, Needlebug. Needlebug, were you the one who sent me the email and asked me advice about this? Because I basically, like, I know I got an email, and then it fell behind all the other emails, and I never got back to answering it. Needlebug, here's the thing. Yeah, there you go, Angel. Easy and nice. And easy and nice is good. Ah, great. Now I can answer this here. I'm so sorry I didn't get back to you on that. And so, because I was even thinking about that yesterday. I'm like, where's that email? And then I didn't follow up on it. Nice. So, I use 2 webcams right now. I don't use my phone. I never could figure out how to get my phone to work with this. I don't think phones actually are good streaming platforms. Not streaming platforms, streaming items. So I started with one webcam, and I had it just watching down here, and that may be how you need to start. It's really hard to get equipment right now for streaming and things like that, because like everybody's doing it. And so, move this just a bit. I don't want to show my stuff too much. So it's good. I mean, I think when you have Angel, it is the same Needlebug. When how do I say this? When you have an audience already on Twitch, and you bring them over, on YouTube, and you bring them over to Twitch, it makes it nice, especially if you have people that watch you and you know their names, and then they pop up on your Twitch thing. I really like this. I like this a lot. I think that this is the way that I'm going to go for the foreseeable future. This is really awesome to stream this way. Hey, P. Stitcher. What happened? What happened here? But it's definitely one of those things where it's a completely different thing. So give yourself a chance to kind of experiment and see what works for you. This is like maybe my 4th week of streaming now, and I still don't really love my setup, but I like it enough that it works well enough for me. I wish I didn't have to use this contraption here, and I had a better way of setting up a camera, but I have an actual like DSLR or whatever you call it, and that I don't use very often, unfortunately, not yet, but I can't use that for streaming. It's like the one model that does not allow streaming, so that was kind of a pain in the butt. So I got webcams to do this. You got to have lighting. I have a couple of different lights, and I am sitting in front of a window, but right now the window is closed because of how bright the sun is this morning. But I've got a couple of really strong, I've got a ring light, and then I've got a bigger like photography light that's aimed at the ceiling to filter the light down from above. It's a totally different way to go about it, and I don't know, I'll be honest with you, I don't, because I don't really watch anybody's streams or anybody's stitching because I just don't have time, and I follow people, but I don't watch I don't want to copy anybody, but you gotta be good at talking to yourself, which I practiced that for years with the Stitch With Me's. And so if you're good at talking to yourself, then this is definitely the way to go. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. Good morning. But it's, I'm just rambling here, but I think it's, practice. It's practice. And I'm really good at kind of like just talking. Just blah, 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 blah. Got the Reapers like right here watching me. I worked on Reaper too. That was the other thing I worked on. I got a lot of stitching so far done this week. It's a holiday week. All right. Did that answer your question? If you have anything more specific, I know it was sort of haphazard answer. It was all over the place. All over the place. More than anything, I would say just do it. The same thing as floss tube. Just do it. Let's cross stitch takes over the world. Let's do it. Because cross-stitch is awesome, and if more people cross-stitch, we would have less problems in the world. Because people would be obsessing over patterns. And oh, by the way, for those of you who were in the stream the other day, I did not buy any patterns that day on Thursday. Thank goodness. After all those patterns that I was shown, we went to lunch. Actually, we ended up at Red Robin because Culver's had a line that was ridiculous. So we were like, yeah, we're not going to stay in line at Culver's because it'll be a half an hour before we get our food. And so we ended up going to Red Robin. I ate a bunch. I came home. I fell asleep for a couple of hours. And when I woke up, I no longer had the bug to buy patterns. So I saved myself in that regard. I know I'll go back and buy them at some point. But for right now, I'm good. I made it. Didn't buy anymore. Although my husband said, yeah, it'll be one of these days when you can't sleep at night and you'll just pull up a bunch of cross stitch patterns and buy 5. I have a very bad problem of buying things late at night when I'm laying in bed before I go to sleep. It's not insomnia. I mean, because I will go to sleep, but that's just sort of when I think about looking at things. Because I get too distracted otherwise. Oh, cool, Amy. That's awesome. Congrats. Needlebug we do need. Oh, Cass, you want ancient Egypt, dude. I've got a couple things for you. Hold on. I know what you're talking about. And I've seen these. Hold on. Trying to think of where I've seen them. Help me out, guys, because I would wonder if Hade has them, but I don't think they do. Hold on. Now, I will tell you this. Literally, the way I find patterns, there's a great Pinterest thing. Just search Ancient Egypt cross stitch. And there's a Pinterest board that somebody actually went through. And this is what I need to do with my Pinterest, is go through and find all these things. But there's all these different patterns. That's Russian. There's a lot of Russian. I gotta tell you, I did not know how popular... Sorry, I keep doing that. I did not know how popular that cross stitch was in Egypt. But hold on a second here. Hold on. Because I don't think Cross Stitch Collectibles has it. Trying to think, is it Artisy? Hey, Stephanie. Cool. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. That's awesome. Thanks for coming over to the dark side. Ooh. Yeah, we go. That's what I'm talking about. I knew I'd seen it somewhere. Artisy. There's one from Artisy. That's pretty. That's definitely ancient Egypt. So Artisy, Artecy. You like it? All right, there's that one, and then I want to say, and Artisy has great things, dude. Yeah, you just gotta Google it. I'm telling you. And then what you do is you just Google what you want. Say Star Wars cross stitch, and then you choose the site that you want to search on. So like I just did Ancient Egypt cross stitch, and then I just plugged in Hade as I hurt myself. I mean, that's very artistic. I don't think that's quite what you're looking for, but that's beautiful. And let me go back because there were a few others. There's this one, although I don't know which one this is. But that's not really what you're looking for, I would assume. I think you're looking for what we just showed you with artisy. Because usually when it comes to ancient Egypt, that's kind of what people are talking about. Although this is absolutely gorgeous. And don't ask me what it is, because it doesn't tell me. Don't ask me what it is. Ooh. And then there's Cleopatra on Hade. And so, but that's how you do it. You look, you just Google it. Let me see if Cross Stitch Collectibles does have any Egyptian stuff. I don't think they do. I don't think they do. Ooh. All right, hold on. I gotta look up. I haven't been on Cross Stitch Collectibles site in a few weeks, and I think that they have new stuff, not new editions, new. All right, so we got. Oh, that's very artsy fartsy. It's artsy fartsy. It's called 14th of July Celebration, Paris. Is that Bastille Day? Oh, I messed up again. Why does it want to show me? Oh, there's an old world map. Piece of troll. Ooh, these are sad. I'm just looking through real quick. I guess I could do that in front of you guys. I'm like, no, it's only for me. Crazy. This is Cross Stitch Collectibles. These are the new ones. They put out new stuff every week. Not week, sorry, every month. Big Ben. Dang it! That's beautiful. Nice, Angel. That's what happened with my husband, or with my husband too. Is he was actively encouraging me to do those things. All right, dang it. No more. No more. No more. No more. This is what happens. Oh, you like it? Which one was it? The one from Artisy that you want to do? What was my first ever cross stitch? Amy, my first ever cross stitch was this tiny little thing that was, I want to say it was a frog, or maybe it was a bear. I can't remember. It was like one of those tiny little starter kits that you can get from Michael's. I had a neighbor down the street who was also a really good friend, and she's very crafty. She sews, she does beading, she does cross stitch, she does all these things. And she had, she's got a crafting room. It's ridiculous. They moved further south, and she has this loft that's just her and all her craft stuff. It's amazing. But I was the last one. Yes, it is, and I'll be getting it. Dang it. All right, I'm trying not to, but I love that stuff. So it was a little thing. So I remember, I totally remember, because it's probably been about 15 years since I was like, I need a hobby. I was doing jigsaw puzzles, and I'm like, I need something different. I need something that I can sit on the couch and do while I'm watching something, instead of kind of bending over cross stitch or bending over jigsaw puzzles. And jigsaw puzzles took up so much space, the ones that I wanted to do. So she was like, I think I would, because I asked her, I was like, what hobby do you think I would want to do? I would be good at. And she said, you should cross stitch. And so I went over to her house one day. It was funny. It was, they were watching Daytona 500, and I came over and I spent like 2 or 3 hours with them, and she taught me how to do this little cross stitch, just the basics of it. And then I finished that, and then I got another little one, slightly bigger. And then I did that one. And then I moved immediately to like one that was like this big. And then like the fourth one was like huge. And the fourth one is one that I gave to my mom. I was actually on linen, which was crazy. But I gave that one to my mom, and then shortly thereafter I discovered, because those were all kits, and then after about a year to 2 years in the hobby, I discovered finding patterns online, and I discovered cross-stitch collectibles, and I started adding to my hoarding collection. So it was crazy. Cass. It is a rabbit hole. It is a rabbit hole. But Angel, yeah, you totally go for it. Go for it. It's fun. You know, I mean, there are over 700 floss tube channels on my blog, and you know, there's going to be 1,000 probably pretty soon. There probably are 1,000. I just haven't discovered them. My awesome elf is the one that finds me all these new cross stitch channels, and I still need to get a bunch more channels for other hobbies and stuff, so that the blog is basically just a bunch of resources for every hobby, online resources, I should say. So rabbit hole. I am totally getting that Big Ben, I swear. I need to stitch more, and I need to stitch faster. I need to focus. Then I look at chat. Have I visited all the channels? Originally I did. Originally I looked at them all, but to be honest with you, I haven't really watched them. Once my elf has proved to me that they were legitimate cross-stitch channels, you know, like when she first gave me like a list of 100 channels, when I was like I think I fell into like 250. The first 300 or so I found on my own, and then she started helping me out and sending me channels. And at first, the next 150 or so, I would visit the channel and make sure that I was that we were doing, you know, what I wanted to do. And then since then, she just gives me the links to the YouTube channels, so it's just easier for me to do. Because when I actually insert them into the blog, it takes a little bit of time, because the way I have everything alphabetized and the way things alphabetized, when I insert a channel, I have to move other things around. So, and that's all done manually. So I don't stop and look at everybody's channels. I just don't have time. I wish I did, but I don't have time. So I would say I probably visited maybe half. What I would love to do at some point is find some sort of a widget for, and I know there's got to be one out there, but a widget that would sort of randomly roll for a channel. Like if you're like, I want to find a new channel, well, who do I choose? So you'd go to like this little widget on the side, and you would say, choose a floss tube channel for me, and you'd hit it, and it would just pop up a random channel, and then you could go visit them. Because I know it's really hard to sometimes know exactly like where you've been when you're looking at that list, which is why I alphabetized it, and also why I moved the like I didn't put everything on one. Can you imagine how large the one page would be if I had all the floss tube channels on it? It would be so ridiculously huge that the page would never load, and nobody would ever get their channel found. So I had to divide it up into smaller sections. And I think also from just finding people being found, if there's less channels on a page, it's easier to get through them all. So what I really want to do is also add to my cross stitch supplies what do you call it, page, like my pattern stores and all that good stuff. There we go. Hello, X-Ray. Good morning. What is the weather like in Indiana today? It's going to get cool today because it's been hot. It's been in the upper 80s, and I don't like it. My husband loves it, so he's not happy that the weather's cooling off. But we're going to get some rain tonight, theoretically. In Colorado, weather predictions are more like guesses sometimes. It can be very hard to predict the weather here because the weather is created over the mountains for the most part, so it's difficult. Hot diggity dog diggity. Stormy yesterday. You guys didn't have any tornadoes or anything, did you? It's going to be like in the 60s today. Like I think in the mid to low 60s, which is going to be perfect. That's the kind of weather I like. That's my bag. That's my bag, baby. All right, so look at it. It's a little Pac-Man right there. Yeah. A good phone app system? Ooh. Yeah, it would. Because, I know on the phone, it's really hard to, like, scroll through it all. Stretch. All right, let me highlight my way through this part. Which color is this? I think this is the cucumber. It is the cucumber, which is this dark green stuff. Ooh, here we go. I'll use that. Nope. Ow. Okay, good. No tornadoes. That's good. Oh, you want an app with all the floss tube stuff? I could do that. I'd have to pay somebody to make it for me though. Unless I found my cousin that sometimes pops in here. My second cousin-in-law. It's not really cousin-in-law. It's my cousin's kid. He's a developer, but he's just out of high school, so he was one of the class of 2020 who did not get a graduation. I'd have been fine without a graduation. That would have been A-OK with me, and it probably would have changed my life immeasurably if I did not have graduation, because the night before my graduation, actually, no, it wouldn't have. I think it would have been the same thing. My brother asked me to run an errand for him. I needed to run something into town for him, and I ended up crashing my car. There was a hill, big hill, near where we lived, and I went up over the hill, and I might have been going 5 miles over the speed limit, maybe, but what had happened was there was traffic stopped directly on the other side of the hill with no warning. So you're going like 45 up over this, like literally right up over this hill, and then as soon as you reach the crest of the hill, like the traffic is stopped like right here. So I slammed on the brakes, fishtailed, went down in the ditch, flipped over, ended up upside down. I'm upside down in my car, and car got shut off because I was upside down, which is nice. And I'm laying there and I'm like, crap, it's the day before I graduated high school and I just totaled my car. And it was totaled. But I was not hurt really. I got a bruise on my knee, but other than that, I was totally fine. But I guess that really didn't have anything to do with graduation. That was all about helping out my bro. And that's what happened. Oh well. The reason why I say, well, it changed everything, because all that money, you get like graduation money and stuff, and I think I had like between that and my savings for my job, I had a couple $1,000s saved up. And instead of having that set aside that I could pay for college expenses, or anything I wanted, I had to buy a new junker car, which I did, and it was a junker. But anyway, earlier in my life, I have this history of really unreliable cars, where engines would blow and stuff would happen, and so it's part of the reason why I just drive like Hondas or Toyotas now, pretty much Hondas, because they don't do that, at least not in my experience. Now somebody might steal them, but that's only because they're so awesome. But I refuse to have a bad mechanical car now. No, it wasn't the accident that created the neck issues. That was just years of sports, years of picking up heavy objects, and what really did it was I was playing lacrosse for a little while. I was a lacrosse goalie, and I had been asked to play on this tournament team that plays in this big, it's called the Vale Shootout, and so they bring teams from all over the country and they play in this like amateur tournament kind of thing. And we ended up playing against this one team and I was not a very good goalie, because I barely practiced and I didn't know what I was doing, and I couldn't throw the ball with my goalie stick and whatnot, or whatever you call it. And I had a game and this player who was like freaking 6 feet tall, played Division I lacrosse, probably about 12 feet away, just slung the ball, which is it's almost like a freaking cue ball. It's a cue ball that will bounce, and slung it at me, and it hit me right here. And I had my mask, so the first time it happened, I was like, oh, that's terrible. And then the second time it happened, like 2 minutes later, I got my bell rung. I definitely had a bit of a concussion at that point, and I didn't, that was pre knowing what concussions really did and what it was and whatnot. But it snapped my head back twice, and that was like the end of the half or whatever. And I went to the freaking ref, and I'm like, dude, she's aiming for my head. And so she's hit me twice right here, and she's Division I. Don't tell me that she's not doing that on purpose. And so anyway, it was a couple of weeks later that I started getting migraines. My first migraine happened, and it took another it took a year and a half to 2 years to figure out that I had neck issues. And I think what happened was, when she hit me, it probably tore some of the connective ligaments or whatnot between the different bones of my neck. I wouldn't be surprised if that's like a whiplash, thing, and loosened everything up a little bit. And I think that it then started with arthritis, and then eventually the arthritis impinged on important nerves and whatnot. But I literally think that the migraines and the headaches and everything, because I had to stop working out. I couldn't do it anymore. It's literally because things just started being a little bit too loose in there. Had I found the chiropractor that I have now at that time, he might have prevented me from needing surgery. He might have been able to get everything back. But I blame that. And I didn't. I only played for like another, I think one more. I didn't even think I played for a season, because the headaches started bothering me so much that I just stopped playing. Couldn't do it. PE Stitcher, how many patterns do you think you have at this point? I think I have 20, but only 2 working. I don't know if we'll be able to stitch them all, but I hope to. Yeah, I get you. I probably have 20 to 25. I haven't really bought too many lately. I've been really good at trying to stop myself from doing it. I have a lot of smaller ones that I can add into my rotation. especially getting It Is Well done, getting Boba Fett done. The more I think about it, the more I really want to do Yoda. I don't think that'll take very long. I've got a couple really small ones that I can do, and in the hopes of trying to just have some finishes, I may jump to that. But so my problem is that I still have. Sorry, I'm stretching. If you want to stretch your neck, like if you need to stretch like your neck muscles along the side of your neck muscles, what I do is I grab a hold of the bottom of my chair with the side that needs to be stretched, and then I stretch my head away from that, and I'm also stretching, like I can feel it stretching my biceps and my shoulder. But what happened was it was a couple of years of not knowing what was going on, and what ended up happening was I weakened so much in my upper back. Oh, man. Oh, I get you x-ray. Yeah, I had C4 through 6 fused. I had 4 or 5 fused, and then I had 5, 6 fused, and then I needed to come back in and do 4 or 5. But I feel like my chiropractor now really knows how to adjust me, and I gotta get back into him. I haven't seen him in a while, not since all this started, like March. So it's been probably 2 months. He does a couple of different things, but basically a lot of it's just distraction, like bringing my head up and pulling my bones apart a little bit. But what I would hope I could do down the road, if I did get some impingement, because last night I'm laying there, I'm on my right side, and how I had kind of adjusted my head, laying on the pillow, and my hands went numb. My left hand, I'm laying on my right side, and my left hand, my first 3 fingers go numb, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I think I have it fused. It shouldn't be an issue. So I wasn't sure if it was my shoulder or what it was. And so, I get you, Karen. And so I shifted around a little bit, and eventually the numbing went away, and it was better. But I do need to go see him. But he does a couple of different techniques with my neck. One of them that I love is where he gets on one side of me, and then he basically sort of somehow he grabs like the back of my skull, and then my jaw, and then I relax in a certain way, and then he just kind of pops it up, and I can just feel that whole side of my neck it just pops, and it just opens the sides up, which is where your nerves come out of your spine, go out the sides of your bones, and then come down to your arms and whatnot. And so that, to me, that helps me out tremendously. And then the other one for your atlas, he does my atlas with me. I absolutely refuse to have anybody adjust my neck by twisting it. I don't like the twisting. I don't relax enough, and I think that I'm still like lax in my like my ligaments that hold my I don't know, like once they're stretched if they actually heal properly or not. But the last time he tried doing, which I let him try that, I had the worst muscle spasms like a couple of days later, and I think it literally is because my connections are just not tight enough to hold everything in place. But he adjusts my atlas. My atlas is out a fair bit, like probably about every second to third adjustment he has to adjust my atlas, and he does it with me. I lay on my stomach, and then he just adjusts my atlas, and I can hear it. It just clicks right into place. But I get you. No twisting. A thunker. The activator. And so. Oh yeah, Karen. Do you ever watch Dr. Ian? Dr. Ian is my favorite. He's the one who got me going a long time ago with that. But anyway, whenever he adjusts my atlas or gets my neck adjusted, like I feel like this rush, and I can think clearly. It's weird. It's like an endorphin rush, and my brain just works after that. But I love Dr. Ian. I love Gonstead chiropractic. But I also love my current chiropractor, who has his own theories on how the body works. I need a stitch. I was just watching Mondragon last night. We were watching, somehow a video popped up, and I was watching the one that she did, it's got to be fairly recently, of the guy who was wearing a blue shirt, and he has, like, scapular issues, a lot of the same issues that I do, and she was using a roller that had all the little, it's almost like a corrugated hard roller, and she was rubbing on his back, along his back muscles, and it looked like somebody had done that stripping technique that people do, where they take the hard instrument and they go along people's skin to, like, I forget exactly what it does. I think it helps with blood flow. Theoretically, it helps with blood flow and healing and all these different things. And but she was, like, rolling on his back and stuff. And by the time he was done, it looked like somebody had, like, beat him up because he was bruising so badly on his back. But he likes that massage the way that I like massage. Like, I'm like, you can't really hurt me by massaging, and a light massage doesn't help me. It doesn't feel good. I need really hard tension for my muscles to feel better. But Dr. Ian got in trouble a few years back. He's an Australian chiropractor, because he posted a video of him adjusting a baby, and people freaked out and said he was terrible and he wasn't qualified and blah blah blah, all this other stuff. And I will say that I think that baby chiropractic and young kid chiropractic, I think, is absolutely a real thing and needed. It's funny how sometimes the not knowing elicits such a fearful response in people. But I mean, the bottom line was that little baby had a reflux and was screaming all the time. And I had my friends had their daughter, and she screamed for the first 9 months of her life. Every single night she screamed at night. She would not lay on her back. She could not, especially when she was laid down, she couldn't hurt. So it wouldn't surprise me if her issue was reflux, and she eventually grew out of it. But what if she had a chiropractic, proper chiropractic adjustment from somebody who knew what they were doing, and had fixed it? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. Well, this guy got in some serious trouble. And it was just stupid because he did everything else right. Like, he used that skin skin temperature tester thing that they use, which makes sense to me that you would have, in an area where the body's inflamed, you feel a change in temperature at the level of the skin. And the baby was better afterwards. I mean, bottom line, the baby was better and no longer did those things. And you got to think that the process of being born is got to be really hard on some babes, especially depending upon how they come out. But it's I watch chiropractic videos, especially when I feel like I need an adjustment. It's like a psychological. It's a total psychological boost for me to watch somebody else get adjusted, especially if it's the part of the body that I'm hurting from. I'll watch them do it, and then I feel better. It's kind of funny how that happens. But we're changing colors again. Since you were 16, I wish I went to a chiropractor when I was younger. I didn't realize until a few years ago that my grandfather, who was a farmer, actually went to a chiropractor in rural Indiana because he was, hurting and doing stuff. And I was like, I never knew that he went to a chiropractor. I'm usually the one in the family that sort of experiments with trying different therapies or different types of, things that other people haven't tried yet. And to think that my grandfather had used a chiropractor, I was like, wow, that's pretty awesome. That was pretty forward thinking of him. Cool, Needlebug. Thank you so much. You have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your holiday. Wait, are you having a holiday? Enjoy your day. I'm all confused. Oh, let's see here. I'm going to go all the way down here a little bit. What's this? Stitching. Alright, so I did that. This goes here. But I think I will actually put this video out today for the Stitch With Me because it's more current. Than the one that I had already prepared to send out. I think that would be a good idea. Because I was like, what if I talk about Fargo? Fargo's gone now, so what if I talk about him? And I can't even tell you guys this, but Fargo being gone has been a revelation in the household. Like, we didn't think that losing Fargo would be the thing that would calm everybody down and get the house to be quiet, but that's what's happened. Everybody's just mellow. Hardly any barking, and when it does happen, it's doesn't, it's very easy to stop, and it's crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. Oop, I'm grabbing the wrong color. Let me grab the right color. I don't need very long. But, I mean, it's still tragic how he passed, but yeah, thanks, Karen. It's just, I feel like I'm still in shock about it. And I took Zuzu out for a walk yesterday because she needs to get exercise and she needs to get some discipline. And when she goes for a walk with me, she gets discipline because I don't let her just kind of do whatever she wants to on the leash. She has to abide by my rules. And so, and I'll be honest with you, we also use some special collars to sort of get her to behave. She gets one and Topher gets one. Topher's never really goes off. He just wears it to remind him not to bark. And it has a buzzer, it has a shocker, it has a sound. And usually though the shocker, we have to use it, but we use it once and then we never have to use it again. Like I told my husband, I'm like, we get a shocker collar so we don't have to use the shocker collar, because the dogs know what those are. They've had them on before, and literally like yesterday, Zuzu was just being really annoying and just in our faces when we were trying to eat dinner. And so finally I just was like, you know what? I pulled the new collar out. I just said, do you want it? And she was like, okay, let me go lay down. And she lay down, and she was fine for the rest of the night. She knows what to do. She has proper control. She just forgets. So we have to remind her from sometimes. All right, P. Stitcher. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great rest of your day. Oh, I got you. So, there's a way to stop a big dog from pulling that doesn't involve like a special leash, and I actually use it for Zuzu. How shall I demonstrate it? Let's use this pair of scissors. Okay, and I'm going to use some floss. I'm going to use a big piece of floss. So, you got the leash. Wait, where am I? You got the leash. Can you see it? Got the leash, right? So you're holding onto the dog. Dog's pulling you. What you do is you go down around the body, like so. You go all the way around, and then where it meets up with the leash underneath, pull it underneath. Hold on. It's easier with a leash. You pull it underneath, and then you hold on to him that way. I just totally did that without showing you. And you hold on to them that way. And what it does is when they pull against you, it pulls on their abdomen or right in front of their hips, and it stops them. And so the first few times you do it, your dog will probably flip over on their back and be like, "What is that? Why do I have somebody doing that to me?" But yeah, no, that's a time. I didn't come up with that. People have been using that for years. But that's what I use with Zuzu now. So it goes, let me make sure I do this right. Come here. So you're holding it back here. You just loop it around the body. And when you loop it around the body, you just pull it underneath the leash again so that you're literally holding on to them it's underneath their body. And that will really help you. So it's like the more they pull, the more it pulls on them. And they'll figure it out. So try that out and see, because it works really well without resorting to special collars and things like that. And so Karen, that can happen. It really depends on the dog. And so my dogs are smart enough to know that they shouldn't do some things that they do. So we use the collar once or twice to get their attention. They associate that with the collar, and then we hardly ever have to use the collar. We hardly ever have to use the shock part again. The batteries run out, and we just leave the collar on, and they just do good. And then if they, if months later, if they start to act up again, then we charge the collar for a little bit and try it again. But with Zuzu, she's so smart. She knows what it is. She knows how to be a good girl. She just chooses not to, she just does what she wants. So all I have to do is sometimes just hold it up and be like, and she'll do whatever you want her to do. And so, it's no different than disciplining your kids in a way. It's just, you're doing it to get their attention. Like, how do you get their attention? And a dog, there's only so much talking, yelling, or whatever you want to do to them that gets their attention. My dogs, they ignore me to a certain point. And so, but the collars get their attention. And when they get their attention, all their training magically comes back. It's funny. But like I said, they rarely ever have anything happen to them. They just wear the collar, and they're wonderfully behaved. I'm never going to get this done today, am I? But I'm about ready to start on my last little motif here. Gonna be awesome. Everything is awesome. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. But yeah. So anyway, so I took Zuzu out for a walk, and I'm like, you know what? I need to walk. You need to walk. We all need to walk. If I hadn't gone to bed at like 11:30 last night, I would have been up early enough this morning to go for a walk with her. So I want to try and do that on the mornings that I'm not having to get to work too early. Just take her out for a quick half-hour walk. It would be great for me too, because I need to get moving. I need to get healthy. So, I haven't even eaten off of the lettuce tower in the last like 3 days, and it is booming. We're going to take some lettuce over to our friends that we're going to go see today, and that should help get it cut down some. Cooking with Crisco here. Nice. But yeah, I took a nap yesterday. What did we eat yesterday? Oh, I got some barbecue. And it put me to sleep, and I'm like, I'm sleeping, dang it. I am relaxing and resting and sleeping. And I did, and then I went to, I gotta make sure I do not nap today. And so that can't happen. Oh, okay, I'm gonna put this up here and hide this away up here. I don't do that, Jules. Let me put this up here. Tie this. I don't often with this piece go and do like the same color to like the end of its pattern, because I've found that I make mistakes with this pattern so much that I just have to be careful how I go about it. It's getting chilly in here. I'm loving it. All right. Bum, 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 bum. I was singing along with the songs last night that I was listening to on this one thing. There's a lot of falsetto in it, and I can kind of hit the notes. Depends upon where my voice is, how warmed up it is. And after Mark went to bed, my husband went to bed last night. I think he said he could still hear me doing it. But after after he left and I was still doing it, like Bailey kept coming over and begging me to stop. She was just pawing on me and stuff, and I'm like, forget it, I'm not stopping. I had to barricade myself in away from her because she was just like, stop talking to yourself. She's weird how she doesn't like me doing that. Like when I talk on the phone and Mark's not around, or like when I would do some videos downstairs when Mark's not around, like she just loses her mind. She's just, stop talking. You're weird. You're freaking me out, man. Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me. I come to Alabama with the banjo on my head. Don't ask me why that one came out. That was weird. That's fun. Where did my needle go? There it is. Mwah. Mwah. Alright. Some cat hair. Some cat hair. Alright. We're roughly halfway through the stream and I really haven't gotten a ton of stitching done. Regardless, I will finish this pattern today. Send it to my mom to see that it is done. She will be happy. And then I will pick a small project to work on. Maybe. Probably won't do it right away, but I could pull. Did I just do that? I did mess up. Thought I caught my finger on that. What was I watching last night? It was a really cool thing. We were talking about Journey. Ooh, periodic table, nice. I've seen those stitching periodic table things. Those are really, really cool looking. I was watching. We were listening to some Journey, and we were talking about the fact that their lead singer, the Filipino lead singer, has been with the band now for like 13 years or something crazy, which I was like, 13, maybe 10, 11 years, something like that. I saw his first concert with Journey. It was over here in South Metro Denver. It was outdoors. It was on a Friday night, and he was absolutely spectacular. And he sounds just like Steve Perry, and the music was just exactly the way it should have been. And, oh, nice, Karen. I get you. Smaller projects to get stuff done. I get you. I totally get you. Anyway, so we were looking into it because he was like, why did Steve Perry leave? And I'm like, well, I thought Steve Perry left because he, I thought he got hurt. He needed a hip replacement or, some different things. And we kind of looked it up, and it, ooh, Daniela. Is that one of the Innocence series that Ronnie Rowe did? Very cool. And it was literally just because he was totally burned out. And he was, just the touring and the everything with it. He was just burned out, and he wanted to step away. And so he stepped away for, it was it'd been 6 or 7 years. He didn't sing, he didn't write music, he didn't do anything for years. And then it turns out that he was friends with, believe it or not, Patty Jenkins was one of his friends, and because he loved watching people edit things, how they put things together, and I guess somehow he had met Patty Jenkins, and Patty Jenkins was the director who did Wonder Woman, and now I think she's doing the new Thor movie. This was years ago when she was doing some kind of documentary, and he was sitting with her, talking to her while she was editing the documentary, because he was just watching her process, and there was a person on the screen. He was like, "Who's that?" And it turns out that it was this PhD student, and there was something about her that he was just like, "I need to know who this is. Can you give me your email address? I feel like I need to reach out to her." And Patty was like, "Why? What's going on?" And he's like, "I don't know." He's like, "There's just something about her that I just need to talk to her." And so she said, "Well, let me tell you about her. She's PhD. She does this and this and this and all this other stuff. But before you email her, there's one more thing that the New Golden Age. That's cool. There's one more thing that I need to tell you about her. She has stage 4 breast cancer. It's in her lungs. It's in her brain. She probably doesn't have all that long to live. And so do you still want to reach out to her?" Because he had been he had sort of been on an emotional roller coaster. His heart had been empty. He just was I was just drifting. He's his parents had died. he didn't have his music anymore. He'd walked away from it. He didn't really have anything. He was just kind of drifting through life. And he was like, no, I need to meet this person. And they went out on a date, and pretty much after that, they were inseparable until she died, like the following year. I think they got married, but they were just inseparable. And before she died, she said, and even while they were together, like, he still never sang, he still never wrote. And she said, when I'm gone, she said, I want you to promise me that you will get back into music. She said, if you don't go back to singing and writing, then what we have together really doesn't mean that much. She said, it was almost like you needed like a heart restart, and you got it, and your passion is back, and you need to put that back into music. And so he didn't want to promise it, but he did. And then he came after, a few years after that. He started writing and singing. It took a while, but yeah, he's back, and he's singing now, and he's doing different things, and he's all like for Arnel Pineda, who's the lead singer of Journey. Like, he's a big fan of his. He's like, you sing wonderful. You sing the songs awesome, and so everything is hunky dory and great. And so. But yeah, it could have been this horrible, sad thing that he had happen, but he's just like, it was such a wonderful experience to have met this person, even though she was only in my life for a short period of time. I thought that was really cool. But I was like, Patty Jenkins, Wonder Woman director? How crazy is that? And so, anyway, that's the story. We're sticking to it. But he looks good. Golden Age series, yeah. I know I looked at those Ronnie Rose not that long ago. Like a week ago on the stream. Stitch in. Not to lose. That's when you bought it. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, we have these little mini sessions where we start showing different designers, and then that's what I hear is that people just start buying stuff, which is great. I mean, we need to support, if we only, it's fine to work on one piece, and if that's what you need to do, then you do it. But being able to buy multiple patterns from designers really helps them out. Am I shaking the camera? I think I am a little bit. Oh, good for you. Only bought one. That's pretty impressive, actually. I just pulled out the smaller Ronnie Rowe that I have. That's the little Westie. He's like Mr. Belvedere or something like that. And if I had the fabric, and I might have the fabric someplace that I would use for another project, but I could start him. Because I think I could get him done pretty quick. He was a gift from a subscriber. And there's so many. Actually, now that I changed, I think I might have like 30 projects. If you watch my end of year, I didn't do it this year. I did it last year where I pulled everything out that I had. No, maybe I did do it this year too. Pulled everything out that I had that I could remember to find. And that was cool. Sort of doing this backwards. It's gonna bite me. This is gonna bite me. There we go. Nice. So like one of those like when they have those paintings where they have like frame, and it all kind of goes together. I still would like to do that with my Lincoln stuff. I got the first Lincoln done. Did I get the first Lincoln done? Oh, I'm so disorganized. I gotta say, Pattern Keeper has really got me far better organized, though. That's the nice thing, because now I don't have to have papers everywhere with all the different patterns. That has helped tremendously. Whoa. Hello, camera. You know, the Boba Fett, the more I work on it, the more I do think that it's going to work out okay. I really want to just keep stitching away on that thing. So I would likely do some more stitching on that. I mean, I might even just do, like put the timer on and just do like an hour's worth of stitching and then move on to Old World Map at that point. I'm finally getting the volume of stitching done that I used to get done that I really appreciate. It helps me make some progress. Hey, Purple! No, Purple, I got over an hour still yet. Just hanging out. I was actually just getting ready to start talking about Stormtrooper. I was talking about Boba Fett. You're talking about getting a pattern on Etsy and... Alright. Making progress. Making progress. And I'm making progress. Whew. Trying to see exactly what would be the next best thing. I think I'm going to stitch a bit more here. Coffee! Oh, nice. Mountains, rivers, and a forest theme. Nice. Itchy, itchy, itchy. Itchy, itchy, itchy. Do 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 do. Getting there, guys. Getting there. So exciting. Gonna get a finish done. Gonna get a finish done. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay. Perfect. When was my last finish? Oh, I think it was the it was that one that had the eagle on it, the 1776, and that was, gosh, guys, was that in January? Ooh, purple, you go, girl. Music teacher's house, beautiful. I think that was the last finish that I have had. There's a smaller cardinal piece that my husband wanted me to stitch for his mom because his mom loves cardinals, and so I've got that, and that one came with everything with it, so I could conceivably stitch that one probably fairly fast. And then I've got that Stanley Hotel one that I can also work on. That would be really cool. Declaration. I don't remember what it was called. You know, you'd think I would have known that. Was it Declaration? No, it was in something. It was called in. It wasn't it the quote that's from like something. I don't know. You'd think I would know, but I don't remember. I don't even have it up here anymore because I took it down. Oh, maybe it's right here. Hold on. Is that it? No. Actually, I still have one with Malice because then I messed up with Malice. I started working on it and I totally messed it up with the silk. Oh, stretch. Yeah. Oof. Thank you. E pluribus unum. That's right. I was like, isn't it something that's like on money or something? But it sounded weird when I said it, or when I thought it in my head, I should say. Nice. Come on. Come on. E pluribus unum. From many one, I think is what it means. From many one. Oh man. super proud to get, not proud, super happy to get more done on Dachshund too. That one saw some good progress yesterday. To the point where I need to actually pull out the next page, track that down. Bonk, 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 bonk. Oh, happy to have a 3-day vacation though. 3-day holiday of sorts. And then my next one will be on July 4th. I'll be taking a 4-day holiday. That will be awesome. Just push and try to get this done. I got a little over an hour to try to get all these stitches in. I'm having a feeling that I probably won't get it done before I gotta go, but I'll have so little left that I'll finish it when I get back. Each year. Hey Purple, so you're working on Stormtrooper, right? In the end, after everything, would you say that I could just stitch it as it's stitched and not worry about any overlap or any issues? Because you said it got off but then it fixed itself. Or should I pay attention to that overlap? Were we cooking? No, we weren't cooking. We didn't smoke or anything. We didn't do anything like that. What did we do? We got barbecue yesterday. I don't think we made anything Friday night. I was not hungry when I got home Friday. We had some barbecue yesterday and then fixed some popcorn last night. That was good. And then today we're going over to a friend's house. We might do something tomorrow. I think we're doing burgers. My husband will probably be doing his spicy burger technique that he likes so much. Well, that I like so much. And but outside of that, I don't think we got anything really planned. He spent about 2 or 3 hours yesterday working on the garden, transitioning everything to going outside and staying outside. Oh, happy birthday! Beef, broccoli, egg rolls, homemade rangoons, and ice cream cake. Wow, nice. Ah, Karen, record me finishing it. I got you. I got you. Okay, so if I don't finish it, maybe what I'll just do is do a tiny little stream. Maybe I'll do a tiny stream later and just finish it. But let's hustle here. Let's see if maybe we can't get this done in the next hour. I think I probably can if I focus. I say I won't be able to, but I bet you I could if I really tried. As long as I don't screw up. Okay, gotcha, Purple. Gotcha. Gotcha. So is it a three? I work with the hard copy as well. So I mean, I've got it actually on that, but I just wasn't sure if I should. How I should go about doing that. It still kind of worries me that I'll get so far ahead and then, I'll get into it and I'll be like, oh, I screwed it up. It's not really that huge of a deal, right? Because it's all just black and white, shades of black. Shades of black. Cool. Cool. Perps. Perps. I don't think I should call you perps. That's not nice. That's not nice at all. Perps. Perpetrator. You were miffed upon discovery. Well, that's always the thing that we sometimes have to watch out for when it's not like when it's looks like it's a scanned in picture, scanned in pattern. Alright, before I slow myself down because I mess up, let me just cut this short here. And then hop back over to my brethren blue. Or brethren, look how much I've gotten done. I can do it. Gotta say, I'm getting a little excited about football, and I haven't been excited about football in at least 3 years. I needed a break. I also needed something different in the league. I was just burnt out on the way things were. Like, I'm just so tired of Patriots winning constantly. And I'm okay now that it's like, they still got their thing going, but they got a new quarterback. Brady's going to try to make Tampa Bay a winner. It's a lot of intrigue, a lot of fun. But I'm excited to see if Cincinnati can do better with Joe Burrow. I love Joe Burrow. I love him. So I'm rooting for the dude. Hey, Eccentric, what is up? Karen, so what's going on with Stormtroopers? So basically the pattern has an overlap that we were not aware of. Purple is a lot farther along in Stormtrooper, multiple pages in, and has been giving me encouragement and trying to get me to get back into stitching it because it does look really good. And I'm on the hardest part of it. Like, I'm on all the confetti sketching. I'm on the sketching. And if I can just push past that, it actually will really start popping. And I know my husband would really like for me to do it. So I just need to kind of focus on getting the confetti stitching done that I'm working on right now. And it's just a pain. I just really kind of made a mess of it. To be perfectly honest, I made a mess of it. And so I just need to get back into the rhythm of doing it again. Kind of like Boba Fett. Got into the rhythm of doing Boba Fett, and now I'm confident where I'm at, what I'm doing, and it's really coming together. I mean, I gotta go back and fill some stuff in, and that's going to be a little hard to figure out what I need to do, but getting the stitches done right now that I'm really excited about it. Pattern Keeper really made a difference for me in that one. It's made it a lot easier for me to do. So, thank you, Pattern Keeper. Yeah. Pattern Glitch. Seahawks fan. So I was watching this really interesting video about San Francisco, which I know you're not going to want to hear probably, but they it was a discussion about it was some kind of analyst doing a thing talking about San Francisco's defense and how they struggled like a couple of years ago. When they first got Richard Sherman, they brought him in, and the reason why they brought him in was because they were actually running Seattle's defense, their defensive scheme, because the guy who was their defensive coordinator had been an assistant at, there's Zuzu. Somebody's probably walking behind the fence back there. No Fargo barking. I still hear him occasionally. I swear to God I hear him. I can actually hear Doogie now. I never used to be able to hear Doogie. What's the hubby doing that he's not stopping them barking? It might be that somebody's... Okay, now he's getting on it. Somebody's probably walking right behind our fence, which... Oh, it's a pet peeve. I hate it. I hate it. There's no path there. Where are you going? Where are you coming from? There's no path. Anyway, anyway, I was talking about, so the defensive coordinator, had been running the Seattle defense, and then for some reason, when they tried to use it with their personnel in San Francisco, it just wasn't working. Like, the defense just wasn't clicking, even though they had all these great players. And so they changed their system up to I want to say it was a 4-3 or a 3-4. I think it was a 4-3. And they gave I forgot what it is. It's a very intelligent, you have to be really smart when you're playing to understand what you're doing, because there's so much, you don't realize it in football, but just how fast everything moves, and how both offensively and defensively, as things are, you react live to them, how that dictates the play. And I couldn't even explain it to you. It's so complicated to me. But that they changed off of Seattle basically and created their own new defense. And with the personnel that they have, it's like ridiculous. It's a ridiculously dominating defense. Well, the thing is, Karen, I'm gonna get back on Stormtrooper. I am. It's just I've got to get my head wrapped around exactly what I need to do for it to get it to be perfect. I can talk about it as much as I want on here, but until I actually start stitching on it again, I'm not going to be able to really. I can't really talk about it even. Meaning that I can't make it sound intelligent when I talk about it. How about that? That's a better way of saying it. Cooking with Crisco now, kids. We're stitching up a storm. I think I'm finishing this on this stream. I'm pretty sure I am, unless something crazy happens. And because I just said that, something crazy is likely going to happen. Yeah. It makes me a little nervous about doing the Thames project because it's from the same designer. She has beautiful designs, but yeah, it's not always intuitive in terms of what is going on. Whew. Nice. All right, let's go back to doing the top part here. We're gonna make a finish. We're gonna make a finish. We're gonna get to the end of a project. Do 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 do. Come here. Purple, I would love that. If you could do that for me, I would be eminently grateful because I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I have no problem saying I'm scared about that. Because there's nothing worse than getting a lot of progress done on something and then going, oh, I did that wrong. Like I did with Old World Map 2 that one time where I got like a full third of a page, which was probably like 1,000 stitches, and I had to frog it all because I messed up. That was not good. Not good at all. I was not happy. Pop my back a little bit. REO Speedwagon. I can't fight this feeling. I can't fight this feeling any longer. And yet I'm still afraid to let it show. Started out as friendship has grown stronger. Anyway. Singing voice is not. Singing voice needs practice. I used to sing all the time, and in this last year, the stress just, I didn't sing. And now I'm singing again, which is fun. I'm an okay singer. I could do a falsetto. Like nobody's business. When I'm warmed up. Must be warmed up. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Gotcha, Purple. Yep. When you get, yeah, you know, I mean, I'll put pieces down for weeks when I've made a mistake on them. And the reality is, your best time to do it, to get it done, is just frog it right then, because your frustration with yourself and with your pattern and your stitching is a great time to like just, I want to get this done. And so, but push through that Jurassic Park. Push, push, push. You got it, dude. You've got this. You can do it. Alright, coming down here. I always like the coming down part on this piece versus the going up. It's a little easier to stitch. It lines up better. We're gonna get a finish done because I'm gonna have enough time. I got about 50 minutes and I am cruising. Ah, tried to be a snag. I just said, forget it. I'm pulling you through, dude. Oof, black fabric. I tried a dark blue fabric way back when to do a Star Wars on it. I thought it would be really cool, but oh, it's such a pain on dark fabric. I gave it up. I just didn't do it. Wrist is acting up a little bit. It's not the stitching. I'm doing some decluttering downstairs and let's see here. 1, 2, 3. I know it's 4 of them, but let me highlight. It makes me feel good. Highlight. Wow, I really don't have very much more to go. Yes! As I hit everything and knock it down. Oof, yeah. Come here, fabric. Come here, fabric. Come here. Okay. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches. Can I get it all done? I think I can with this last little bit of. And then this is the back. This is the bottom corner. And I just gotta fill in what I'm missing here. Come on. Come on. Cinch up over here. Ah, gotcha, Angel. Gotcha. Purple, you just spoke Greek to me. That's Greek. So is opalescent. That's Delina gets in the way of the holes. All right. Tell me what you mean. Because I totally don't understand what you just said. Oh no, it hurt too. Come on. You can do it. You can make it to the last bit. Have faith. Have faith, Stitches. You can do it. You can do it. And so it is. Bada bing. A bada boom. All right. Hot diggity dog. That is the end of that color. Soot, you are done in this project. You may be retired. You can have the rest of the weekend off, maybe even the rest of the month or the year. Who knows? I'm going to keep you there, though. Where's my soot thing there? All right, go away. There you go. Good job. Good job. Way to go. Good job. All right. Then I'm going to do my Brother in Blue and finish up that color. I'm feeling a chill in the air. It's definitely a little cooler. Coffee number 2. The sparkly stuff. Ah, the sparklies. The sparklies. Oh, man. All right. What if we played a Joko purple and I just said, okay, I'm done. And she comes back and I'm like, all right, I finished it. No. That would be funny though. But no, I won't do that. Because she might be listening. And be like, hey. Sorry, I just gotta. Do. I'm gonna give myself whiplash looking at this. There we go. You did hear me, didn't you? That would have been funny though. Angel? No, this is a 3-color piece. Three-color piece. It's a gray, a dark green, and like a blue green. Here we go. There. That's right. Okay. Just had to make sure. Afternoon, Sophie. Oh, nice. Well, what I can do is I can make a short clip video. I think I'm gonna put this whole thing on YouTube, but I can make a much shorter clip and put it on there. Ooh, actually, I can't. I think I'm gonna have to still put the older one up, because Twitch has a thing about you can't stream and post like the same day. I have to have like a 24-hour delay. So I may still put that old. I forgot about that little thing that they have. What you up to today, Sophie? Got anything fun planned? We're all just stitching away. Me with my itchy eyebrow. Okay, done my last 4 stitches with this color. 2. Oh, that's cool. Well, concurrent streaming so that I can take content from here and put it right up on. I can post it on YouTube right away. Because that would be cool. I thought there was a delay that I had to do. Scotland. That's awesome. You know, if you got the time, you might as well just dig the grave just to be safe, you know. That way you don't, you know, I mean, it could be raining or something that day. You don't want to be out in the rain digging the grave when you need to. You might just want to start. All right, there's that color. Down to the last color and the last stitches. I'm pulling out cucumber, 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 cucumber. You go away, and you come here. All right. Oh, teenage girls. Oh my goodness. Is it true what they say about, they say boys are harder in the beginning and then they get easier as they get older, and then girls are easy in the beginning and then they get harder as they get older? Oh, stream on both platforms at the same time. Can do 3. That's a lot of work. That's a lot more than I know how to do. Oh yeah. Including Facebook Live. Nice. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I just gotta remember where I was on this one. Alright, hold on there now. Alright, let's pull all this fabric out of the way. Still trying to get this kink worked out of my shoulder. It's likely my upper back. And it actually could be my, it literally, with the way it probably is like my hip or my hamstring that's actually doing this. And just pulling on everything else. Scissors, get out of the way. Talking about things that might deter me at the very end. Scissors cutting into my project would do that. I am about to finish this piece that I've been stitching on for a year, maybe more, probably more, because it's slow. La 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 la. I'm so glad that we thought about doing this because I gotta get it finished done. There you go. Yeah. You got it, Sophie. Isn't that how everybody is, though? I mean, most people are just, well, that's not true. They can't be jerks. But most people, it's fear. Fear of the unknown. Thankfully, my quarantine hasn't really been anything that different from what I normally do because of what I do. Still having to go into work. We're back to normal scheduling. It was, for the brief time that we were doing a split schedule and stuff, having a little extra time was nice because I had so much to do at that time with business that I needed that time badly, and I got it right when I needed it, so that was cool. Getting close. Angel, I've heard that about the girls and boys. But that's just for my friends that have kids. Oh, she's 6 months old. Yeah. I got you, yeah. Yeah, Sophie, right? Purple, you're totally right. The hips are huge. You missed the discussion earlier. At the very beginning, I was talking about how I have discovered that my back pain is likely all related to tight hips. Um, when I have back pain now, I get my roller out and my foam roller, and I roll out um, the sides of my hips, and I find the really nasty, painful knots that are there, and just sit on them basically, or lay on them until they unravel and I feel better, and then my back pain is gone. So I was able to go for a walk with the zoo yesterday, which she badly needed and I badly needed, and it felt great. Didn't hurt at all. So yeah, gotta get in there and work on that. All right, let me highlight because I am kind of getting too distracted by what I've done. I think I'm down to about 10 stitches left, kids. 10 stitches more. Ah! And the flaw says, no, I won't let you do it. All the way over here. You guys know how long it takes me to get it finished. This is a truly remarkable accomplishment for me to finish something finally. Especially this piece, like I said, my mom, this is something special for my mom. So now the key will be getting it framed. I might actually take it to some real framers this time. There's a framing store that the stitching shop endorses that they like. It does all their pieces. And they do a really great job. And I think that I kind of want to try that out. All right, I got 3 left, kids. 3 left. And then I say kids to everybody, so I say kids to my mom. Just in case you're like, kids, I'm not a kid. Three. Okay, I'm going to lose my floss during this. 3. Last half stitch. Second to last half stitch. Here it is, right here, guys. Finish. Bada bing, bada boom. Let me finish, tie it off here. Cut it. Take it out. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Oh, nice, Karen. Oh. Hooray! It is done. It is well that it is done. Hooray! I'm gonna take a picture and send it to my mom. Nice. Thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me while I did this crazy thing. Mama. Mama picture. Mama picture. It's done. Whoops. It's done. Here we go. She will be very happy. Thanks, guys. That's my big toe. I love it. I like the old frame too. I like that old-timey frame. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool stuff. So glad to get it done. You see how just all the different, it looks like it's a lot of different colors just because of how the whatchamacallit, the floss kind of changes colors as you go. Yeah. It's well. It is well. Turning the page, literally. Let's pull off all the floss on the back. Let's look at the back. So the back actually looks pretty good. Not too shabby if I do this on myself. Especially if I pick up the whoop. If I pick up the whoop. Maybe it's not truly done. I gotta fit in one more little stitch on the back here. Don't know what I just put in my mouth. Let me tie this off back here. There we go. Alright, psych! Now it's done. Haha! Just kidding, guys. Alright. Brilliant! Brilliant! Alright, let's put it aside. You go over there. Dachshund, where are you? Time for you to make your appearance today. We're going to work on you a little bit before we finish the stream. I'm going to do some purpley because I got more stuff done here. Hooray! Ah, it feels good. It feels good getting it done, you know? Good stuff. Ah. Hooray! But I appreciate you guys being here for it. That's awesome. I'm glad I got it done on stream and I didn't have to do any crazy bits to get it done. Okay, pattern, you go here now. Purpley. Speaking of purpley, come out here, purpley. Oops, let's make sure we put all the proper floss back with all the other proper floss. I don't stitch with specialty flosses very often, so I gotta make sure that I keep hold of them in the little baggies so they stay nice and neat. Hooray! Jumbly. And then we just move right into the next piece, kids. Right into the next piece. We'll stitch to another half hour. Get some more done on Dachshund. I don't think I brought the pattern. Did I bring the pattern up for Dachshund? Maybe I did. Because I want to make sure that I don't. There it is. I did bring it up. I want to make sure that I don't stitch over other colors. Oh, cool. It might be. I've had this keyboard for years, and I used to have fancy hotkeys that I had programmed, but then I forgot how to use it, and so now I really should get them programmed. That's a really great idea, because I got it to play WoW on. Now the crazy thing is that WoW doesn't look like a game that requires like a pretty decent computer, but man, it's just got so much content. Oh, sorry guys. You can't link here. Sorry, it's not anything personal. It's just I don't put links on. The last time I discussed not putting links on, we actually had somebody show up in chat and try to spam us with a link. and I ignored said person. Seen Yoda and Darth Vader. This one I thought you might like. Tell me the name of the artist and what the name of the piece is, and I should be able to find it. If it's on Etsy, I should be able to find it pretty quick. Stretch. No, it's okay, Sophie. Nobody knows until they go to do it, and so it's I definitely I wouldn't mind people putting things on, but that one stream really proved why I shouldn't, because it was like just spammer dude, not a stitcher, but more like a belly itcher. Alright, let's actually get this piece where it's supposed to be. We're just going to get a quick bit of stitching done. Because I wanted to get a little bit more done on this one. Like I said, I need to pull out the next page. Oh, okay. Little Kylo. Not a Kylo fan. I'll be honest with you. Not a Kylo fan. I think I've actually seen this one, though. Mama's responding back. Mom really likes it. And I was like, it's yours once I get it framed. My eyeball. My eyeball is itchy. Alright, Eccentric. Happy Memorial Day. See you later. Brian Kensinger, Lil Kylo. Oh, yeah, it's like Calvin and Hobbes. Yeah, we've totally seen this. Cross stitch. It's totally Calvin and Hobbes. Is it this one? That one's adorable. I don't like Kylo Ren. Yeah, that's a cute Ray one. Yeah, it's totally Calvin and Hobbes style. Oh, cool. Okay. I get you. I don't like Kylo Ren. I don't have, it's like I don't think that people are always redeemable. And they tried so hard to redeem him. But even with Darth Vader, like I know in the end he got redeemed, but that dude was just evil from the beginning. I mean, literally, the kid was always evil. Like way back in, like even from Phantom Menace and stuff, like there was just something not quite right with that kid. And there are just times when that's what happens. And so that's right. That is true. They tried so hard to make everything a happy, neat little ending. And yep. Exactly. I still say there's a Luke Skywalker one out there that is like the Yoda and the Darth Vader. And it's just so hard to find. It popped up a while back and then it went away. And I remember, I should have totally just bought it the day that I found it. But I thought, oh, I'll find it again tomorrow, and I'll show hubby, and see if hubby wants me to do that one. Whew, at least my sunburn kind of healed finally. Got a nice base tan though. I started peeling a little bit Thursday, Friday, just on my nose a little bit, but thankfully that was about it. See, I've almost chosen a piece of floss that's too long, but I would be fine with it. See, I'm all the way over here. I would be fine with it if I wasn't streaming, but my streaming constraints are such that long pieces of floss just don't work. Doctor Who? Have not. I got that, baby. Different people are working on it, and I love that they're doing that, and it makes me want to start it, but I'm like, nope, not yet. I want to, there's other things that in my head, I love that one. I think it's gorgeous, but it's huge for me, so I want to make sure that I want to be sure. Oh, I'm getting tired. I want to be sure that I am ready to get started, but I have the fabric. Oh, just stretching my lat. Oh, really? That's cool, Karen. Well, have you seen the one that I have that is the Starry Empire Night, or whatever it is? The one that's all about, it's like Starry Night from Van Gogh, but it's got like stormtroopers and whatchamacallits, AT-ATs and all that on there, because that's one I'm also wanting to do. I don't think that one's as big. It's nice just making progress on stuff. I feel like I really got slowed down for the better part of a year, so now I'm finally picking up, getting a lot more done. What's the website? Yeah, I do have a book. I could pull that one out. It's got a lot of little ones in it. I also wanted to do the rock one, the Women of Rock. I wanted to do that one too, and like have a piece of Ada. Actually, I think I have a piece of Ada now. I could do that on. It was extra left over from one of my other projects, and it's kind of a narrow, long piece, and I literally could probably block out a whole Women of Rock thing on that. That would be cool. Well, I didn't start it. I just found it. I think I found it on Etsy, but yeah, it's like and then I saw it on my computer files, on my PDF file. I've got a snag right there. Not anymore. Haha, not anymore. But It's really cool, but it's very dark. I mean, when I say dark, I mean it's like dark colors. Yeah, I know, Angel. I had bought it a long time ago, and I think the reason why they stopped it was because it was a copyright infringement from Doctor Who. Kind of was pretty apparent that that's what it was. They didn't say that, but I'm pretty sure that that's why they stopped selling it. Because typically, what I was told when I was looking for, because I'd actually had started it like the first page, and I probably got like 10 stitches in, and then I set it aside because I realized how huge it was going to be. So I just put it aside, and then when I came back to it, I couldn't find that first page that I had started. And I just looked, and I couldn't find the first page, and I couldn't find the color chart. So when I talked about it on my videos, they were like, oh, well, even if Haid retires a piece, they can still provide you, like, if you have proof of ownership, which I did, because I had the front page that they had sent me, and a history of ordering it, but they said they couldn't supply that to me any further. They no longer had the piece itself. So I was like, yeah, I bet you it was just a copyright thing. But thankfully, I talked about it enough, don't tell anybody, that one of you guys actually sent it to me. And so I can't remember who it was eventually, but because it was a couple years ago. But I was fortunate that the whole thing was sent to me, so I was able to reprint out everything again and go from there. So, and now I have it on Pattern Keeper, so voila. AT-ATs and Van Gogh, you betcha. Yeah, I don't think I have it available to look. Oh, no, I don't. No, I don't. I was like, oh, maybe. No, I don't. Not right offhand. It's going to be fun going over hanging out with friends. We haven't hung out with any friends since February. So, and my husband and I have both been ill, so we think that we should be immune. So we also don't think, I really don't see anybody. I stay inside, away from others, and everybody's been good, so I know I can't 100% clarify asymptomatic transmission, but at some point we've got to start slowly opening things up in a measured way. We don't have, anyway, I don't want to get into it, but I want to get a nice big chunk done on Dachshund and Boba Fett, and I got It Is Well done, and I got a chunk of Reaper done, and I got a chunk of Rainy Waterloo Place done, and I'm going to get a chunk of Old World Map 2. I don't know if I'm going to get anything else done. I think I'll just work on Old World Map 2 between now and the video. I have a Stitch With Me too. We're going to do the next Stitch With Me on Tuesday night, and I don't know, maybe I'll do Dachshund again for that one. I want to try to focus on projects that I need to focus on in these Twitch streams. I am cooking with gas. Cooking with Crisco, man. It's making everything go faster. And gas kind of does too, but thanks, dude. My shoulder is like, oh, I think it's my stitching position. Okay. Whew. Cheers, guys. Cheers. Oh, boy. I am kind of cramped on my shoulder position here. But I'll tell you what we'll do is let me finish this up, and then I'll go find that Van Gogh Star Wars thing on my phone. I should be able to find it on Etsy. Finish up this last stitch. I'm just going to end it here because I know I'm going to lose the floss. Use the floss, Luke. Use the floss. Let's take this one out of the hoop and show you. I'm just about where I was when I lost it the first time. So, let's do it proper. There we go. But I got a lot done on filling in the ear last night. So, yeah, I'll probably just leave this one up here and work on it again Tuesday night. Read aloud the messages? You mean like in the stream? Like so that I can hear them or that everybody can hear them? I think that'd be distracting. That'd be too distracting. All right, let me pull this up. Let me find it. All right, so there's Starry Night. Ooh, that's pretty. Somebody's doing something outside. Oh, that's cool. Check out the, let me pull this in here. Somebody has Starry Night done as like little hoop ornaments. That's pretty cool. Smart cross stitch. All right. Wow. Hold on. I'm distracted for a second. Hold on. There it is. This one right here. So, yeah, that's pretty crazy. Gerard Butler's voice, nice. Black velvet stitches. But yeah, just starry Star Wars night. Somebody is cutting wood with a saw. But I just got distracted because I was looking at. There's so much good Star Wars cross stitch. Oh look, there's a Harry Potter Hogwarts Starry Night. Is that a cross stitch? Oh, it is a cross stitch kit. That's pretty cool. That looks huge though. Nice. It's pretty. There's only 3 left. 14 count Ada. No back stitching. Oh, 10 by 6 inches. Well, that's small. That's pretty small. It's a whole kit. That's why it's so expensive. See, why? Why do you do that? Why do you not just sell the pattern and let your people figure it out? It's so much more work. I mean, it's probably more profit, but it's so much more work. All right, let's look up Luke Skywalker. I got a few minutes left. Luke, Star Wars, cross stitch pattern. And why did it show me Adidas Night Jogger Star Wars Adidas. Weird. Wait. Ooh. I don't think that's what I saw, but what do you guys think about that one? I'm a Jedi like my father before me. I mean, it's not perfect. It's not really perfect. Because that's not the Yoda that I have, and that's not, no. It's, I see what you're trying to do. But that's not it. Images. Let's go to images. Images is the best way to find the stuff. All the stuff. There's the Chewy one that just arg. Here. Arg. Which is funny, but I'm not doing it. Nope. Oh, I still have the in this house. In this house we do Star Wars. Is it Star Wars? You can do Ruth Bader Ginsburg cross-stitch. Why is that similar? Why is that similar? Like similar items. Do the Supreme Court justice. No. Nope. Was this it? But that looks better. But you can't read it. That's the problem. That's why those other two are better. Because you can read it. And I swear, oh my goodness gracious. Wait a minute, I was just looking at... That's a good Star Wars poster. I think I might have had that. No, I didn't have that Star Wars poster when I was a kid. I'm not even reading chat. I'm sorry, guys. Gentle feather. Lots of patterns. Gentle feather. Ooh, look at that. Look at that royal guard. Oh, that's just vulgar. I like this one too, but I wouldn't stitch it, but I like it. I'm already off track. Ooh, look at that. There we go. Oh, different. That's pretty much the, Nikki pattern. That's the stuff I've done. I've done Nikki pattern before. Hold on. Let me jump into Nikki pattern real quick. Did I jump into Nikki pattern or did I? Okay, I did. See all 920 items. So from here, can we go into Star Wars? There we go. Okay. Now, Baby Yoda is flippin' adorable. I love these, like, hold on, you can't see it. I love these, not those. These, like, with the paint stripping. Those are cool looking. I thought about doing an R2-D2, but my husband does not like that design. Aw, Baby Yoda. Ooh, that's a nice little Empire, or Death Star one, but nope. Ooh. Oh, I didn't realize that she did, that's the set. I don't want the Star Destroyer, but I've never done one of... Yeah, see, I don't like that look. If it doesn't look good on the picture, it's not going to look good when you stitch it, so I don't like it. No. The Han Solo one. I'm not a fan of the Han Solo one. I think it's because I'm not a fan of the quote. That's just me, though. I like that this is the way. That's pretty close to my Yoda. No, don't go in there. I don't know. I don't want to look at it. Right? So I have a bigger, mine's larger. Come on now. Come on. That Yoda's pretty decent. Alright, I've looked through these. Come on, girls. Come on. Next page. Are you kidding me? No, I didn't. Now I'm just looking like a big dopehead. Thought I was looking at Star Wars and I got off. I got off track. Got off the railroad track. Now I'm looking at Star Wars again. We're only going to click in when I think that it is what I want. And we probably won't see it because I don't think she's the one who's done this. But these are adorable. Final page, and that, and that is it. And Gentle Feathers, not Star Wars. Ah, okay. Are they on Gentle Feather Shop? Yeah, there they are. Holy crap. You can get ear tattoos. Is that right? No, that's not right. I'm on the wrong thing here. Okay, hold on. Let me pull this up on this. This will be the last thing I do here. Gentle Feather cross stitch. I don't know if I know about Gentle Feather. Alright, from Russia? Ooh. Look at that bee. That bee one is pretty. That's cool. The pollen raining down. Oh, those are pretty. There's my axolotl. I like the circular. I have this person on my, I have the shop on my, I'm pretty sure I have the shop on my list. I've even reviewed it. But yeah, there's a lot of really pretty ones that are just smaller. And I love how you can use the old wooden hoops as the frame. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, from Russia. Awesome, very cool. Okay. Oh, okay, Angel. All right, I just lied. I'm gonna help you find Star Wars Darth Vader real quick. Hold on. Ooh. Cross stitch, people. There it is. Ah! What do you mean you can't find it? I found it in 2 seconds. You're welcome. It's that one. Okay? This is so awesome. So it's got the ships and the dart and the this is a little bit zoomed in, so but it's 200 by 200 stitches. Stitcheria. Here you go. You're welcome. Stitcheria. Got it? There you go. Nice. That is cool. Well. All right. Okay, we're done. Oh, that was a fun stream though, guys. Thank you for hanging out. Got project done. Just adjusted my back somehow by doing that. That felt good. I appreciate you guys helping me finish, motivating me to the end. It was fun. It was good timing, good stuff. We got some doxing done too. We're gonna get more doxing done later. But thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Have a great rest of your weekend. Be safe and happy stitching. I'll see you guys Tuesday night. I'll probably be on. It'll probably be about 7 o'clock Mountain Time. I think that'll give me enough time to get home from work and Do it. Yeah, good night to you, Angel. Sweet dreams. And, yeah, we'll see you guys later. I don't know where my mouse is, so I can stop the stream. There it is. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see y'all streaming soon. Here's my stream.